crap. Greetings, Pokefans! Michael here, and I am back! Sorry I haven't been able to make a video for the last few weeks. I was very busy with a family vacation and moving into my new apartment for the school year, which you can see I'm currently in, and volunteering at my school's orientation week. Now, the last activity was probably the most strenuous one. It was a lot of hard work and we took it very, very seriously. Now, while these last few weeks have sadly been devoid of Pokemon videos, they have not been devoid of Pokemon. As you've probably inferred, over the course of the last few weeks, and a few weeks before that, I have completed the National Pokédex! Thank you. You are too kind. That's right, 710 Pokemon registered as owned in my Pokédex. You only need 705 to get the Shiny Charm, but I have 5 event Pokemon that contributed to the total. It took me a while to do it, working on it over the course of 5 or 6 weeks, kinda casually. But I started with 450 registered in there in the first place, so I was only getting about 350. 250. Wow, Mikey. Math. The last one I registered was Spiritomb, thanks to a kind soul on Reddit who gave me his friend code so I could get Spiritomb from his friend Safari. However, Spiritomb was not the hardest one for me to get. The hardest to get was probably a 3-way tie between Raikou, Palkia, and Purugly. In order to get Raikou, I had to trade away a Dialga on the GTS, since I wasn't willing to go to the massive amount of work and time to catch one on my Soul Silver, especially since I didn't have the Master Ball anymore. Palkia was hard to get since I don't own a copy of Pearl, so I had to wait for my friend to come back in town so we could transfer his Palkia from his Platinum onto my game. And the last one is Purugly. The fact that they made this thing so hard to find was probably a blessing in disguise. Game Freak was probably just trying to keep your 3DS's camera from breaking. Turns out the only way to get either Glameow or Purugly since they were first introduced is either in Pearl, a Fez Mission Hidden Grotto in White 2, or from the Dream World. Since I don't own Pearl, Hidden Grottos are too much of a pain to deal with, and the Dream World's been shut down, I was a little concerned to say the least. Okay, let's see. Glameow and Purugly. Okay, where do you find them? But thankfully I got lucky and found a Purugly on the GTS asking for only a Beheeyem. So I traded one over, got the Purugly, and bred it for a Glameow. And then boxed them both immediately. I've only ever completed the National Dex once before, and that was back in Diamond when there were 300 fewer Pokemon around. Plus, even back then, I had to hack to get some of the legendaries, so this really is the first time I've ever done it completely legitimately. So I'm, pretty proud of myself. Self-high five! Now, so far this video has probably sounded like a bunch of bragging, which it has been, but over the course of this experience completing the National Dex, it made me realize really how far Pokemon has come since I've started playing it. If I needed a certain Pokemon or a friend safari with a certain Pokemon, I went on the internet and asked a stranger for it. I transferred a Kyogre and Rayquaza all the way from my original Sapphire cartridge onto my X, which is totally mind-blowing. Pokemon has made so many leaps and bounds over the many years I've been playing it, which makes me feel both really old and super excited for what the future holds. Also, another thing I learned through this experience is that bank, totally worth it. I ran out of room multiple times, so you would need the $5, totally worth it. Purchase the program. What about you guys? Have you completed the National Dex? If not, how close are you? Let me know in the comments below, and until next time, Pokefans. Gotta catch them all.